y'all stick around to the end of this video and you follow the steps in this video, you're 100% gonna change your life. 150%. Like, there's no way that you're not gonna change your life. Beginners in the making, welcome back to another car. I like a car talk. I don't know if I should do more of these or less of these, but I like to just go off the cuff, have something a little bit less scripted while I'm traveling from A to B. Now, January, January is the month of kind of realigning yourself. A lot of folks set New Year's resolutions for the end of December, and they say, I want to do this, I want to do that. This is my 2026, this is what I'm going to do. And maybe they write it down, and maybe they start to plan it. Maybe. But how many folks actually break it down step by step by step? How many people look at what exactly it is that they actually get from doing the thing or making that goal a reality? See, there's this really cool thing that my friend Michael shared with me years ago. I think I was like 19, 18, 19 years old, and I was showing him this framework that I started building out of, you know, 9 different pillars of life. I've condensed it down to 6 because 9 was kind of a lot. Although the pillar of the self goes very, very in depth. I had way too much going on there in a good way. But he shared with me this framework called the Whoop planning. Now, Whoop is very powerful when you use it correctly, when you go through the order of what each step, each letter, and you could completely transform your life by utilizing this method. Now, if y'all stick around to the end of this video and you follow the steps in this video, you're 100% gonna change your life. 150%. Like, there's no way that you're not gonna change your life. All right. So let's hop into it. W in Whoop. Now, I learned the W to stand for a couple of different things. One of the things I learned it to stand for was wish. And I like it to be framed as wish specifically because it kind of brings some magic back into your life. It brings joy and youthfulness and innocence. It brings all that back into your life, back into who you are, you know? Go back to being 5 years old, that little kid playing on the playground, carefree, no one, enjoying life. But it also stands for want. What do you want out of life? What do you want this year? And you think about this through each of your pillars, but let's just focus on one pillar for now as we realign ourselves. Who do you want to be? Who do you wish you would be? Let's focus on the pillar of self for this talk at least. So the first pillar, the first W is what do you want? And go actually, like, don't limit yourself to what you want. Hey, I want to be jacked with a 6 pack. I want to be rich. I want to have inner peace. I want to be someone that follows through with what they say they will do. I want to be someone that when other people look at me, I set the standard for what discipline is or could be. Or maybe I want to be someone that has such strong faith and devotion. What is it for you? What is that W that you want? Let's pick 3 things. What are 3 things that you would want? Write them down. Like right now, pause the video, write down 3 things that you want. That's the W. Step 1. Step 2 in Whoop is the first O, and it stands for outcome. What do you get out of, or what will happen when you get what you want or when you get what you wish? How will your life be different? Another way to look at it is say, right now, in this, let's say my fitness, my personal health, I'm like a 2 out of 10. And I want to be more fit. Want a nice six pack, my shoulders popping. I want for people to say, wow, that guy he's got it. That girl, she's got it. If you're 2 out of 10 right now, what would a 10 out of 10 be? If you could have your fitness wishes and wants become a reality, what would it mean to be a 10 out of 10? And write it down. We're starting to see the gap of where we are versus where we want to be. And this is where we allow our dreams to come true. Like your dreams are possible when you write them down. And if you have a very strong why, your why is your win. You're gonna make it happen. When you're dead in the water, you'll keep moving forward. So what is that? What is the outcome of getting what you want? Okay, that's the first O. The second O. Oh, sorry. Before I continue. Also, what is the in the first O, it also stands for opportunity. So what is the outcome that will happen, or what is the opportunity that will then happen? Hey, maybe I wanna be able to go and do some modeling. Yo, Caravana's coming up and I wanna dress up in yo, I'm on the bumpiest road right now. Caravana's coming up and I wanna be one of the models for the different floats and whatever. I need a six pack so I look good in that fit. What are opportunities that'll happen if you get what you want? Okay. Now we go to the second O, all right? The second O stands for obstacle. What are some things that are gonna get in your way? What are some of the roadblocks that are gonna trip you up? That when you're sprinting to your goal, someone's gonna stick out their foot to try and make you fall. What are the obstacles? And how many obstacles can you see before they happen? How many obstacles can you plan for? Can you avoid before they happen? Because if you see the obstacle, you know you have some ideas of what can happen. You plan for them. That way you don't fall. You see the roadblock, maybe you do a parkour jump over the obstacle. I don't know. You find a way to get over it. Well, what are the obstacles? You write down as many as you can, as many roadblocks as you know are going to happen, because they are going to happen. So that's what the second O stands for. And if you can see all the obstacles before they happen, oh my gosh, bruh, bruh, so much easier. Okay, now we're on to the first P. And the first P stands for plan. You say what you want or what you wish. You say, what's the outcome or what's the opportunity? You say, what's the obstacles that are gonna get in my way? What are the things blocking me from what I want? Take all of that and now create a plan. Take all of that you just did, put it into a plan. You know the gap, you know what you want, you know the gain, you know everything. It's already ready. So now just write the plan. This way, you can make the road by walking. And it doesn't have to be a perfect plan. It could be very, I think A, then B, then C. Here's my plan. This is how it's going to go. Maybe it works. Maybe it doesn't. You do the best that you can. You do the best that you can. Uh, uh, thanks. I'm trying to cut past some traffic. You make your plan and then you go forward with that plan that you wrote. Okay, you made a plan. Good job. But it's not enough. There's something missing. There's something missing now that still has to happen as I get to work. There's something missing that has to happen in order for everything else to come into fruition. And there's two ways to look at this one too. See, there's dualities with all of these letters, yeah? And in this instance, when I first learned about it, When I first learned about it, the word was punishment. What is the worst possible thing that will now happen because you did not follow through with your plan? You did not make your goals a reality. What is the worst possible thing that is about to happen to you? What is it? Write it down. I remember I used to say this as a joke. If I don't make the money that I want to make, I'm going to be fat, living in my grandma's basement, Cheeto dust on my chest. No girls, no Lambo. Sad. That was my punishment. If I don't do all of these things, if I don't make my goals a reality, then my punishment is going to be that fat loser living in his grandma's basement. I don't want that. That's a terrible. Okay. Some people told me that that's a little bit too harsh. Punishment. Why are you trying to think of punishments here? Let's see if I can manifest myself a parking spot. Watch. Watch me get one just now. But the other thing that we could also look at, instead of just saying this is the punishment, you could say, what is the pressure? Diamonds are forged under pressure, baby. And maybe right now you're a coal. Oh, and the only way that you're going to become a diamond is through a little bit of pressure. What is that thing that will make you uncomfortable? What is the pressure that you need? Maybe it's committing to something before it happens. Maybe it's investing in the thing before it happens. Maybe it's paying for the gym membership for the entire year up front. You better get your butt in the gym. Maybe it's committing to working with a personal trainer. Shameless plug. You better get on that. You got some pressure, you got some skin in the game. And now that you have skin in the game, got a bit of fire under you. Makes it a little bit easier to keep on going when things are really difficult. Maybe that becomes your why without even realizing it. I didn't want that to be my why, but now my why is I spent $10,000 on personal training. I better get my butt in the gym and listen to what my trainer says to do. I better show up 3 times a week and do all of my homework. Hell, I paid for that coaching program. I better get ready to launch this business and go through my business sprints. I mean, I'm talking about myself a little bit here. Gee, I invested $7,000 on a coaching course. I better go and finish that. Some pressure, baby. That's what makes you sharper. That's what makes you more beautiful. I don't know. Makes you a diamond. Now, it's a little dark in here. That is the Whoop framework. That is it. And you take each one of your goals and you run it through that lens. And I tell you, you do it consistently, things are going to change. So I hope that this video brought you some value. I'm just getting to work, so I'm turning off all my stuff. Guys, for watching so much, make sure that you check out the link down below if you guys need a little bit of help, if you're feeling stuck. Check out the MITM podcast, smash that subscribe button, and I will see you tomorrow. Peace.